Hi everyone, this is Key. In this video, I want to explain to your agents what is the portion that I do in the 12-week program that Stan and I have put together. You probably have received an email from your regional owner explaining that there is a 12-week program, 6 sessions with Stan Bishop, 6 sessions with me, but your agents are not participating in the webinars, so they may not know what they're saying yes to. So I'm recording this video so your agents can see what are the topics, what am I going to focus on, and how they can get value out of it. So Stan and I are collaborating in this 12-week, which is about 3 months program, in which every other Wednesday during 1 week, you are with Stan Bishop. These are just the brokers and the managers. And the other week, the agents are in my classes focusing on prospecting. So your agents are going to be in my classes live, 6 sessions. The sessions are about an hour and 15 minutes long. What am I going to focus on? Why should they consider it? Let's get to work. My name is Key. I'm a mindset trainer. I collaborate with a lot of our mindset trainers, and one of my favorite ones is obviously Stan Bishop. I've been working with him for years. I've known him for years when he was running his own brokerage down in Jacksonville, and I was running our own brokerage here in Wilmington, North Carolina. My God, this is 20 years ago. So I focus our agents on strategies. I focus our agents on prospecting. I'm a prospecting coach. I'm an activity prospecting coach. Why do I add the word activity? See, a lot of our agents are learning intellectually, but they're not learning by applying what they're learning. They're not putting to the test what is in their mind. And what's getting in the way is proper scripts, proper confidence, proper approach, and checklists. When you put all these things together, your agents are able to take on their business. And what is the business of real estate? Yes, we do service our buyers. Yes, we do take care of people who are looking to buy. But the business of real estate is listings. The inventory is listings. When our agents get listings, they do better. Our brokerages do better. We sponsor more. There's a holistic success story behind listings. So let me give you a big picture idea. 80% of real estate professionals do not prioritize their prospecting. It's second thought. They do it when they feel like it. They do it when it's convenient. Or they do it when they don't have a lot of business going. So that mindset forces them to be what I call order takers rather than prospectors. This is why 80% of agents end up fighting for the 20% that's left, because the smart agents are not dabbling. They're working their business properly by prospecting. That means they get listings. But they don't get listings all the time. They prospect enough that their chances of getting listings get higher than that of the agents who don't prospect at all. And a lot of people think this prospecting thing is uncomfortable. It's better to wait for the phone. Why don't you wait for them to come to you? But how would they pick you? How would they pick you if they don't know you exist? Let's say you've already serviced all of the people you know. You know what's left? The people you don't know. And the people you don't know are selling their homes. And you need to learn, as an agent, how to consistently prospect. See, I believe personally that every agent who is full-time in real estate and works for Exit Realty should be able to get a bronze award. What is a bronze award? 25 transactions a year. I'm not saying that agent should do this. I'm saying they are capable of it. Every real estate agent right now who's full-time is capable of 25 or more. So can we go at least for 20, 25 transactions a year? First of all, 25 transactions means more than 100,000. You already know 25 transactions is actually, depending on where you are in the country, closer to 130, 140, 150, in some areas $200,000. Why wouldn't you go for it? See, if you only focus 25 transactions on buyers, by the end of the year, you're burnt out. Buyers representation takes a 5-to-1 ratio. For every hour you work with the seller, you have to work 5 or more hours with the buyer. Do you see why you burn out? This is why our agents burn out. Not because they're not smart. It's because most of their eggs is in one basket, which is servicing the buyers. The major obstacle to that success is obviously lack of planning, lack of prioritizing your prospecting, lack of self-discipline. But there's one that we think our agents have, but they may not have thought about it. The mindset of a prospector. There's a way of thinking like a prospector. If you wake up reacting to the business you have, you're no longer a prospector. You are reacting to the business. You are more in what's called the order taker side rather than the go-getter side. But once you learn how to prospect, you need to have proper checklists, proper systems. And one of those things are scripts, knowing what to say and how to say it in such a way that a neighbor, seller, homeowner says, you know something, I'm going to list with you. We're thinking about selling. We're going to pick you and your company to list our home. It takes a particular approach. And that approach is not consistently applied by our agents. Now, whether you call it fishing, whether you call it hunting, maybe you call it prospecting, I call it asking for business. Agents who learn to ask for business always do well. They always do very, very well. It doesn't matter by the way, if you're doing well because the market is doing well, or you're doing badly because the market is doing badly, you don't have a strategy yet. Most real estate agents do well no matter what the market. You know why that is? Because those agents understand that there is a number of listings every year, and that number of listings is actually predictable. Yes, it is. You may go, but last year, I mean, with the pandemic, the listings probably were bad. No, it was very predictable, and we reached the number we expected, which is 5.6 million listings a year. So your job is to realize the listings are out there. What is missing is not so much just intellect, it's a plan, it's a strategy. It's a daily prioritizing of your prospecting. We need to learn to catch the fish rather than wait on the shores to just clean the fish. The people who are rewarded the most are those who are prospecting for business. So let me give you a sense of the sessions I'm going to do. Even though you are with me every other week, I'm going to give you exercises so you're with me every week. So every agent if your brokerage participates in this course, you will have 12 sessions. 6 of them are live, and they're about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes max. I try to keep them an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. So there's 6 sessions, and I'm going to tell you what those 6 sessions are, of 75 minutes for every other Wednesday. In between those Wednesdays, you will also have self-directed videos with handouts where you do the work on your own. They're not live, but they are classes where you learn a strategy about your business. And then, as a bonus, I created this special Facebook group, private. It's a private group where the agents who are in the class can experiment with their scripts and get to know other people from their region. The reason I do that is, here's what I found. I found what I call confidence is built by trial and error. See, I would rather you make mistakes with me. So when you're trying to script, if you make mistakes with me, there's no consequence. If you're making it with a listing that's 500,000, you may lose that listing. I don't want you to lose the listings. I want you to nail the listings. I want you to walk out saying, I did the best I can and I got the listing. So therefore, what I want you to think about is this way. During the weeks where I give you assignments, I will give you certain ways of saying things, certain ways of approaching your business. And this Facebook group is a way for you to experiment with your scripts. And it's a win-win because you watch others doing it. You realize, oh, I can do that. I just saw Susie and Bobby do it. I can do that too. And by doing it and actually writing the script to fit your style, you become a little bit better, but it is all private. No one sees these things. Your clients cannot see it. It's all private. So that's why I added that private Facebook group for our agents participating in this course. So let me first deal with the 6 sessions that are what I call self-directed. Some people call it self-learning. So each other week, I will give you a pledge. So before you join the course as an agent, I'm going to have you sign a pledge of participation, that you're going to conduct yourself as a prospector, that you're going to do your best, that you're going to do the work, basically. And I will give you your first video with that pledge. So that's your first directed video. And every video, that's about an hour long, and each video has a handout. So you're learning how to do something from the get-go, even before you meet with me. The reason I do that, because there are topics that you should learn. How to brand yourself, either physically, but also on social media, on the internet, how to have a proper elevator speech. How do you introduce yourself? Yes, I know you know how to introduce yourself, but here's what happens. If you have a proper script that has a proper value proposition, that script now is even better. It gives you better chances for people to listen to you and go, you know something, when we think about selling, we'll talk to you. Or when we think about buying, we'll work with you. How you introduce yourself is a skill. How to respond. I have a lot of agents who think they know what they would say. If somebody says, yo, I'm ready to list, and they go, that huff and puff. Well, guess what? What if you learn the script that is comfortable, relaxed, that you write your own way, so that when you're interacting with clients, whatever is thrown at you, you can breathe. I can do this. I can handle this. So there's 6 sessions like that. The mindset of a listing agent, how to brand yourself, how to have a good internet presence, how to create a proper keywords and meta tags for yourself. So those are the sessions in between. We call them session 1 and then session 3, etc. There's 12 sessions. Let me talk about now the live sessions. So live session number 1, I'm going to be tackling the mindset of a prospector and the fundamentals of time blocking. See, until you understand that time is not managed, time is blocked properly with proper activities that are prioritized just right, your business will flounder. You will not get as much traction as you should. Remember, this is not about intelligence. This is about systems. Time blocking requires a proper mindset, a proper things to do in the morning, things to do middle of the day, proper things to do at the end of the week, proper things to do at the end of the day, proper things to measure at the end of the quarter. We call this your proper mindset for time blocking and prospecting. So session 1, the live session, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, will focus on that. Then in between the weeks, I will give you the self-directed classes. Session 2, which is 2 weeks after that, will focus on mastering the phone. You see, the phone is the most important tool that an agent has. Talking to people on the phone, talking to people face to face is crucial. Well, guess what? There is a concept in real estate called phone canvassing. It's not phone salesmanship. This is not about selling. This is about canvassing. Canvassing is finding out what's happening in the neighborhood you're working so you can select the potential sellers who are thinking about selling. We call that your daily approach to phone canvassing. And guess what? It's also a skill. You have to be deliberate. You have to be proactive. You have to have a plan of action. You're going to learn a technique called Bravo on how to always approach your phone calls properly. And this process of phone canvassing is basically finding out those who are thinking about selling so you can make a presentation to them, create an appointment, and list their home. We call this proper phone canvassing. There's a whole etiquette on how to use the phone. And one of the worst mistakes we have done in real estate is we call it cold calling. It's not about cold calling. It's about warm follow up. It's about how you follow up in a warm, non salesy manner. So that would be live session 2. Live session 3, we're going to deal with the lead management system. I mean, what's the point of generating leads if you don't know how to service them? But it's not just about servicing them. We're an industry that does not follow up enough. 90% of all leads are never followed up properly with. By the way, if you took all of the leads that are received by agents, half of them are never even attempted. No one even touches them, which is mind-boggling. The other half, only 90% of them get an email or a text, possibly. But very few agents have a follow-up system. And our business is not about order taking. See, an order taker, her mindset or his mindset. They're waiting for the phone to ring. The person who's coming in is serious, they're qualified, and they're going to buy. So when they call you and you say, how may I help you? You say, well, we're looking to buy. In your mind, let's write a contract. That's the mindset of an order taker. The mindset of a prospector is different. Everybody who's thinking about real estate will buy, but they have obstacles. My job as a real estate agent is to go over the obstacle. So I have to follow up to get them over the obstacles. Because people start with the desire. By connecting with you, you turn it into an experience. And by turning it into an experience, they can visualize themselves purchasing. They can visualize themselves getting what they want. Well, guess what? There is a whole technique. There are scripts and follow-ups and checklists on the proper follow-up of phone calls or leads that you get. So that would be session 3. Session 4, we're going to canvas door to door, face to face. But we're going to do it organically. We're going to use events and open houses. There's all kinds of things you could do. Events and open houses to engage. I prefer the term engagement than selling. To engage our neighbors who potentially are thinking about selling. Now, what do I really want to do? See, I want to plant a seed in their mind that if they ever think about selling, if they ever think about moving, they should talk to me. That's the seed I want to plant. Because right now, as I'm talking to them, they may tell me, we're not looking to buy, we're not looking to sell, we're good. And I'm like, I'm glad you're good. But if something changes, I want to be in the mix. So therefore, canvassing is the planting the seeds of the future. Because here's how real estate works. Life happens, then real estate happens. What do you mean by life happens? Well, sometimes a couple wants to get married. Hey, they want to purchase a home. That's life happening. Some people, unfortunately, get divorced. Well, guess what? That's life happening. They decide we want to sell the house and go our separate ways. Some people get a promotion. They want to move. Well, guess what? They have to sell the house they have so they can purchase another home in Texas or wherever they're going. See, we call that life happening, but they don't always know that life is happening to them. Life happens sometimes when we are making other plans. So, guess what? Right now, you ask them, are you thinking about moving? They'll say no. 6 months later, the wife catches her husband cheating, and guess what? She doesn't no longer want to live in that house anymore. God forbid that happens, but those are real things in life that happen. Life happens, then real estate happens. So guess what? We need to learn to use open houses and events to canvas our neighborhoods without selling, but getting listings, planting the right seed. We call this the mindset of a prospector. Then on session 5, we're going to learn a technique that sounds like it's only for sale by owners, but really it's not. It's leveraging technology and for sale by owners on how to get more listings. Again, remember, this is a program where I nudge you out of your comfort zone so you can become a prospector. A prospector is somebody who's willing to go get listings. Guess what? When you have listings, you can control your faith. So for sale by owner script is developing what's called your value proposition. You see, your license is good, but it's not the most valuable thing because everybody around you who has a license is like you. You being with Exit is good, but that's not just your value proposition. You need to be able to tell a story. You need to be able to tell your value. Why should you list with me? And you should be able to say it so comfortably, so convincingly that the person says, get it, okay, we're going to list with you. You know your stuff. And guess what? A lot of our agents don't develop the confidence because they don't never prepare their value proposition. So we're going to learn how to create your own value proposition that is integrated. It's not just about you. It's not just about your brokerage. It's not about just your brand. It's about all of these three things and technology as well. What if we could take you, your brokerage, your technology, and the things you do, mesh them together to create a proper value proposition that serves your local neighbors and buyers so you can get listings and sales out of it. So in this session, we'll be dealing with that and learning how to not only brand ourselves, but also speak it in such a way that people will go, you know something, I'm going to work with you. And then session 6, we're going to do farming. I'm sure you've heard of farming. I'm sure you've heard of, how to approach a neighborhood. There's a concept in real estate called farming. I call it the seller's wanted prospecting and canvassing approach. Because, you see, in the United States, 5 to 8, well, closer to 7, 5 to 7% of all homeowners are going to move in the United States every single year. You can count on it. Whether the economy is going up, going down, going sideways, going down, doing this, doing that, whatever this economy is. In the United States, 5 to 7% of all homeowners are going to move. We just don't know who they are. Because remember, who are they? Life happens, then they happen. Then the real estate happens. Life happens, then real estate happens. So therefore, we need to be in the business of farming. And one of the techniques of farming is called the seller's wanted script. How do you approach a neighborhood with the proper door hangers, with the proper flyers, in such a way that that person, you're leaving them with something that if they choose down the road or life happens to them to sell, you've left them with something that they will remember. And by the way, it's not just the flyer that matters. It's your energy. It's what you leave them behind with. It's the energy of your presentation that creates your business. This business is all about mindset. I mean, I already know you know this. It's about energy. It's about your mindset. It's about your approach. So that's what we will do on session 6. Notice all 6 sessions are focused on prospecting, because prospecting is the most important activity an agent can do. And guess what? 80% of agents, they only do 1 hour of prospecting a month, which is shocking. And they complain about the market. I'm like, dude, the market is fine. Maybe it's you. Maybe we need to work on you. So now that you know what the topics are, I want you to understand my philosophy. I truly believe that all of the things I just discussed with you are areas of skills. We need to stop thinking that people are born that way. Well, you're born to be a realtor. Yes, some people are born to be what I call people person. They like to talk to people. That doesn't make them good listing agent. It makes them good gabbers. And by the way, it helps to learn how to gab and connect with people, talking about real estate and talking about the weather and talking about things. Those are good skills, but that does not make you a better listing agent than somebody who's an S personality, who's private. I know people who are S personality, very shy, very private, and they get more listings than those who are not. So it's an area of skill. And this is why Stan and I believe in checklist. We believe that if a particular agent or broker commits themselves for 3 months of an activity that is good for them, what happens, that habit has a tendency to want to stick with them. And this is why we designed this as a 12-week. It's 12 weeks so that 6 of those sessions are with the brokers live with Stan Bishop. 6 of the sessions are you with me in prospecting. But I also believe on a weekly progress. This is why I give you 6 sessions that are live and I give you 6 sessions that are self-directed as agent, because I feel that through my experience of doing this, if I keep an agent weekly on a task, even if they don't get it right all the time, they get better. And when you get better, you build confidence. When you build confidence, man, you can ask for listings, you can ask for sales. Life becomes good. That's the whole point. But remember, we're trying to keep complacency at bay. Complacency is that thing that says, I'll do it tomorrow. Ooh, that thing. Be careful with that. Now, let me finish with this success thinking idea. This comes from a great book that I hope all of you have read or will read. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He said, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work whatever tools you have at your command. And better tools will be found as you go along. What he's saying is, you don't have to figure out everything sometimes. As long as you have the passion for it and you want to go for it, then go for it. Well, I hope I gave you a good insight on this 12-week program that my colleague and I are putting together. I hope it answers the questions that a lot of the brokers have been asking. What do the agents get out of it? Can you go over the topic so they can understand it? And I hope to see you in one of my classes. Take care, everybody.